Alright, what's going on, everybody? It is time. I thought, you know what? I'm here waiting for the young one to get out of school and just introduce this 24-hour spooky movie marathon. And all the movies have been picked out. All of them. I haven't seen any of them except one, but it was like when it first came out and I really don't remember it. I hope all of you are doing well. And I think it's about time to get this started. I may shoot a little something with the boy when he gets in the car. We'll see. But I'll catch you guys later. Okay, so the 24-hour spooky movie marathon is going to begin tonight. Are you excited?
No.
Why?
Because all the movies on the list are not good.
How do you know? Have you seen them? Oops.
Yes, you showed them to me.
You're not excited about any of those movies?
No.
You're not going to watch one with me?
Depends.
That's really horrible. That's horrible. I watched the trailer you wanted me to watch last night. The Resident Evil Raccoon City. Raccoon Town? What's it called?
Welcome to Raccoon City.
Raccoon City. I think I would much rather watch it if it was Resident Evil Raccoon Town.
Yeah.
What's the main character's name? I've never seen any of those movies. Claire Evil?
Sure.
Yeah, Claire Evil goes to Raccoon Town. That would be fun. And then the raccoons were zombies. Are they zombies in that game?
No.
What are they? They're diseased.
Yeah.
Really? It's come to a point where you're just making fun of me because I don't know what Resident Evil is?
Sure.
What? Okay, can you at least enlighten me? What are the creatures in...
They're zombies.
Well, why are you going to mess with me? How am I supposed... And you're drinking my drink. Okay. All right. That's all fun. All right. It was fine. It looked fine. But that one gal, she isn't going to be in this new one?
Who?
The lady that's in the original... Stop messing! The lady that's in all the other Resident Evil movies.
No, she's not gonna be in this one.
Okay. Why is that such a horrible question?
I didn't know who you were talking about.
The one gal who's in all the other
I thought you
ones.
meant she was gonna be the new one.
When does this new game... Or it's a movie, right? When does this new movie come out?
I don't know. I don't know when it comes out.
Okay. Is there a new game coming out for that?
No.
This conversation is not going the way I thought it may go. Or it's going exactly how I thought it would go.
So what movies are you going to talk about?
I'm hoping to watch 3 movies a night. You know what else I watched? Not too long ago?
What?
Was Midnight Mass. That was very good.
And then you spoiled it.
Yeah, that was very good. 7-part series by Mike Flanagan. I got a couple of Mike Flanagan movies in the spooky movie marathon that I want to watch. I really dug that a lot. On several levels, I enjoyed that. And Fear Street. Are you going to watch Fear Street?
Probably.
Yeah, it's 3 parts. There's 1994. That one was okay. 79, maybe? I don't know. That was my favorite. And then the one from the 1600s, that one was lame, but then it circles back to the 94 one, ties it up. It was fine. Overall, it was good. I think you'll enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad I turned this on.
Yeah.
Your harsh words towards Charlie Brown are troubling to me. Back in the day...
Okay, back in the 16,000s.
Yeah. Back in the day, we had only so many specials on, and they showed them once. Oh. And if you missed it, you missed it for the whole year.
We had 3 channels, and whoever didn't watch it got executed. You're saying it's like you have to watch it.
You did have to watch it.
You didn't have to watch it.
Yes, you did. Or otherwise you had to wait another whole year and to see it again.
Okay.
Do you know channels used to turn off at night?
Yes.
You couldn't just turn on the TV at 3 a.m. There was nothing there. It was static. Or or they were playing like patriotic music. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me in the car.
Thank you.
Oh, you want to talk more?
No.
Okay. I appreciate your input. Maybe I'll get you later. On film. On camera. All right. Thank you. It is time. I took a nap. I'm fresh. I'm ready to go. Let's get this started. The boys just left. They went to go see the new James Bond movie. So first up for the spooky movie marathon is The Sentinel. Like I mentioned earlier, I haven't seen I think maybe I've seen part of one of the movies during this whole marathon. So I've not seen this before. I barely know anything about it. But I heard good things. For me, horror movies, I enjoy like psychological horror, supernatural, or religious horror, if it has religious themes. Slashers are fine here and there. I'm not into like really gory stuff. That's just not my thing. I'm not really into like body horror or anything like that. Spooky 70s horror, sure, why not? But, I've got all the snacks ready. I got my power drink ready. So let's get started with movie number 1. Okay, finished up with The Sentinel. This movie's bonkers. I had no idea. I really didn't know what this movie was about. And it's kind of up my alley. It has a lot of religious aspects to it. It's spooky. You're not quite sure what's going on. Like, oh my gosh. So in a nutshell, because I don't want to give away what's, kind of the spoilers of the film. This model, she lives in New York, and New York is a great backdrop for the film. It just the locations, it just kind of gives you that vibe in the 70s. And she moves into this apartment, and some crazy stuff is happening. She's not quite sure what's going on because people are telling her, what are you talking about? And it's one of those type things, where it's like, no, you're crazy because this is what's really going on. And there's a whole reason behind it. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. Just the overall vibe of the film is pretty cool. There's some crazy junk going on. Like, I couldn't believe one scene in particular. It's towards the beginning of the film. I'm just sitting here and I'm like, what am I watching? What is going on? And there's a ton of people in this movie. Because this is, what I say, set 1977. I mean, you've got, Chris Sarandon, Jeff Goldblum's in it for a little bit. You've got Martin Balsam. And none of these people have like a huge role, but like they appear in it. You've also like Beverly D'Angelo's in there. If you ever want to see Beverly D'Angelo topless, The Sentinel is your opportunity. Burgess Meredith, and you've got John Carradine, and Richard Dreyfuss has a cameo, like a real quick cameo for some reason. Tom Berenger's at the end of the movie really quick. So it's got like a ton of people. It's like the Love Boat of horror movies. But yeah, I'm really glad I gave it a watch. It was good. It's kooky, but it's good. And I like what the overall purpose of the story was. So I do recommend giving that one a watch. The next one, because I'm trying to do like slower movie, faster paced movie, slower movie, faster paced movie. So then the next one up is the whatever Ouija movie this is. I guess this is the second one. I don't know. I haven't seen any of the Ouija movies. But this one is by Mike Flanagan. And I just enjoy his work an awful lot. He's a really good director. I enjoyed Dr. Sleep. I've enjoyed the Netflix stuff he's done. The second Haunting show was all right, but I enjoyed the first one an awful lot. I want to check out some of his earlier stuff like Hush. I heard that was really good. I enjoyed Midnight Mass quite a bit. So I heard this one was all right. So we're gonna give Ouija, Origin of Evil, a watch. That's up next. So I will catch you guys after the film. We got some Skinny Pop popcorn. We've got, these are so good. These Screamin' Hot veggie straws. I've only been able to find them at Target. They used to be at Walmart, but not anymore. Got some dark chocolates. Now these are a hit and a miss. These keto cookies, some of them are grotesque, to be brutally honest. We tried these, the snickerdoodles, and peanut butter ones are okay. Chocolate fudge are okay. There are some in the cupboard that I didn't even bring out. They are pumpkin something something, and they're disgusting. Even my boys won't eat them. And you're asking yourself, where do you find such cookies? At Marshall's or at Ross Dress for Less. You know, when you're in line and they have all of that nonsense where you're like, oh yeah, I do need a dog collar, and I think I do need this scented candle. That's where you find them. Okay, so let's talk about these films a little bit. I finished all 3 for the night. I might watch a 4th one, I don't know. But it's about 1 in the morning. After the boys got home from seeing the new James Bond movie, it was just mayhem. I'll show some footage as to when they came home, because it's just, they come home and just destroy everything in a loving way. But anyway, second one of the night was Ouija, Origin of Evil, and I think this is a sequel, by Mike Flanagan. This one was good. I thought it went on maybe just a little too long, if nitpicking, just a little too long. But overall it was good, especially for like a, modern horror film. It was good, and I love how Mike Flanagan kind of uses the same actors. I think that's pretty awesome. You see Henry Thomas and I don't know the ladies' names, but you see a couple of the ladies that he's used several times, especially in like the Haunting movies, and there's another couple of them in Midnight Mass. But yeah, this one was good. There was some creepy stuff in that, and I didn't expect that ending at all. I mean, it's horribly sad. So there we go. There was that one, and then the last one of the night was Dracula. Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. Now, no one told me that this movie was going to be so sad. My goodness. I mean, it's a love story, and at the end, it's like, holy cow. I just didn't know the story of Dracula. I don't know if it remains faithful. I'm looking at the bookshelf. I'm sorry. I don't know if it remains super faithful to the book, but it was good. I mean, it's well done. My goodness. But I could kind of see, how people would check out of it after a little bit, but I would have just loved to have seen Gary Oldman, his portrayal of Dracula. I just want to see him. The rest was okay. I mean, it was fine, but him, and then, what's his name? Which is horrible. Anthony Hopkins. He was really good, but oh my gosh, that love story. But those are the 3 for the night. I don't know, I might throw in a 4th one. I think I might. Most of the snacks are gone because the boys found them, even though they're like, I gotta be honest, most keto snacks, and I've cheated tonight, so whatever, but most keto snacks, like those cookies, are really kind of gross. Like, they don't get the same flavor, which is fine. You're like, I get it. All right, I got a fat ass. I get it. I gotta not eat the bad stuff. I don't know. Some of those cookies just aren't good. They have a little bit of flavor, but yeah, if I watch another movie, I will let you guys know for tonight. Otherwise, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Clearly, it is the next day, and we're gonna get started on day 2 of movies. In case you haven't figured it out, or if this is your first time watching one of my marathons, I don't do it in one sitting. I do it over several days because I just can't I mean, I guess I could stay up for 24 hours, but yikes. So first up today is, and the dog's barking next door, so there we go. Dead Silence. I'm hoping this one isn't too crazy. It's directed by James Wan. I tried to watch a Saw movie once, and that's not for me. So I'm hoping this one is, isn't too bad. We'll see. By the way, did anyone out there see Malignant? That movie is nuts. I watched it with my older boy on HBO Max, and it got to that prison scene. We couldn't believe it. We went crazy. It's cuckoo. Definitely watch it. So yeah, I have 3 movies planned for tonight. I'm excited. Tonight we're doing a fast-paced movie, slower, and then fast-paced movie. So switch it up a little bit. And who knows? I may throw in a 4th. I don't know. Who knows what the night holds for us? I know it holds a lot less snacks because those boys just decimated them. I love my boys, but come on. All right, so we're gonna go watch Dead Silence. Come back, tell you what I thought. Let's talk about Dead Silence. Yikes. Okay, I did not like this movie at all. And listen, to those who love this movie, enjoyed it, had a good time, God bless. I'm so glad you liked it. This movie just made me mad. The whole thing made me mad. Instead of just sitting there and watching the movie after a while, I just started writing down things that made me mad, and it didn't make sense. And those are the things that just make me so mad. Let's start. I wrote a list. Why did the guy keep the doll at the beginning of the movie when he knew, they established that he knew that the doll was a bad omen, it meant death was coming? Why keep it? Why leave your wife alone in the house with that damn thing? Why did he sleep in the same room as the doll? Now, the doll, he believes, has killed his wife. It's a bad omen. Why is he sleeping in the same room as this doll? Next, why is there a motel in this? It's a ghost town. There's no one left in this, in the spooky old town. Why is there a motel? Who's staying in this motel? And why did they put him in the room with the blinking motel light? You know there's no one in that motel. Why did they give him the shitty room that's going to keep him up all night? Oh, that's right. Movie. Okay. All right, hold on. There's more. There's more. Hold on. Okay, everything else annoyed me to no end, but this may be the worst offender of where things are quiet and then they play that crescendo scary music. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's just everything's nice and quiet and also they must have done it like 10 times. It's not scary. It wasn't scary when it came out. And when you do it 10 times in a movie, it doesn't make it any scarier. It makes it annoying. Okay. All right. What's with Donnie Wahlberg and his electric razor? Okay, it's a quirky character thing, I guess. And no one went with him to investigate this murder that involved a doll. He just went off on his own. Like his boss was okay with that. There were no other important cases to investigate. And if the doll was a suspect, not a suspect, if the doll was evidence, why didn't they keep the doll in police evidence in the beginning? Because now it's all tampered with. Okay, let's proceed. All right. Mary Shaw, the creepy lady, right? She had it in her will that she wanted to become a doll herself when she died. First of all, gross. Second of all, don't you need to set that up with someone who can do something like that? Like, does your average mortician, especially in this small town that they live in, Does the mortician know how to do something like that? Is that even legal? Can you do something like that? And let's pretend it is legal. Don't you have to find like a taxidermy person? Why would the local mortician in this sleepy town know how to do something like that or say it's okay? All right, let's continue. The mortician's wife, Marion, poor thing, she has dementia or whatever ailment she has. Very sad. She keeps going underneath the house. Why didn't the mortician lock all entryways to under the house? Like, why did he just leave all those open so the poor thing kept going under there? Wouldn't logic tell you, my poor wife, she's not kind of right in her head right now. I need to lock these entry points so she doesn't get trapped down there. Why didn't he do that? All right. Why didn't any police investigate what was going on in that little town with all of these murders where all the people ended up dying the same way, where they had their mouths elongated, which is stupid, but okay. No one ever investigated this town? No one wondered what's going on? All right, okay. Now granted, the little twist at the end, that got me. I was like, oh, okay, that's a little clever. I wasn't expecting that. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I mean, that was all right. Is it worth watching that entire movie just to get to that? No, because this movie made me mad, and I have 3 pages of notes to prove it. Next up, I'm gonna expect a lot more. I tend not to expect things, going into a movie, but this one I do. Fred Astaire, Melvin Douglas. I don't know who Melvin Douglas is. Douglas Fairbanks Jr., John Houseman, Ghost Story. Now this is from 81. I know very little about this one as well, but it has ghosts. It's a ghost story. All right, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. So we're gonna give this one a try next. I gotta calm down after that one. That was a whomper. So, all right, on to Ghost Story. Let's go. Finished up with Ghost Story, and this one was okay. It was just kind of right down the middle. I really didn't know what to expect with it, and to start off with, it was slow. It's a slow burn, and it's very long. It's almost 2 hours, and I don't know if it needs to be almost 2 hours. The acting was fine. There's a really cool, like, practical skeleton scene towards the end that's pretty neat. The story is interesting in that you really don't know what's going on. For like the first 15 minutes of the film, I'm like, well, I guess this movie's just gonna explain it when it explains it, because stuff happens and I'm like, I don't know what's going on yet. But it's kind of slowly unravels, and then you find out everything at the end of the movie. You have a great opening, John Houseman kind of narration, and then it kind of moves into the scene that he's in. A little reminiscent of The Fog, which is cool. John Houseman doing that. I mean, he should just be in the front of every movie talking, but he's a lot dead, so. But I recommend it. Next up, maybe the final movie of the night is Alone in the Dark. This one just came out from Scream Factory. It's another one that I really don't know anything about. I know a lot of people were excited that it finally got a release. It came out in 1982. Yeah, so I was 11 when this one came out. I'd never heard of it. But Donald Pleasance is in it, Jack Palance, Martin Landau. It's a New Line film. It's a New Line film from 82. I didn't know that. Anyways, so yeah, next up, Alone in the Dark. I would love to say I'm doing this for dramatic effect, but halfway through the film, our power went out. Which is, this is weird because our power didn't go out all summer, but now the weather cools off and here we go. It's about like 1:30 in the morning, and this is the second time our power's gone out. So I will have to watch the rest tomorrow, I guess. I don't think it's coming back on for a bit. Catch you guys tomorrow. We're back. Lights are back on, obviously. And we went out to dinner, had a lovely family dinner. I'll throw in some footage here if you want to see. And we're going to finish up Alone in the Dark, and then it's 3 more movies tonight. So let's finish that up. Alone in the Dark's good. I'm enjoying it so far. It's a little weird, like not in a bad way, but it's just kind of a funky movie, but it's good. Here's what happened. Watched the rest of Alone in the Dark and then almost immediately fell asleep. So here we are, 11 p.m., and I haven't even started the movies for tonight. Anyway, Alone in the Dark. What a wonderful, weird film from what year? 80-something. 1982. The whole thing is full of, like, weird, not weird, just quirky characters in this crazy situation. And this great cast. You know, you got Donald Pleasance, who's getting high a lot of the time with his big pipe. And then you've got Jack Palance, Martin Landau. You've got a little twist in there, which I just clearly am not smart enough to see. It's fun. You've got a young Lin Shaye in there. I don't even want to give anything away. It's just so goofy. This new psychiatrist starts work at this mental facility. Donald Pleasance is I guess the head psychiatrist, and he's a little quirky. The setting, like the fall setting outside of the mental facility is very pretty. It's fall and the leaves are falling, and these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. For these 4 particular not inmates, these 4 patients in particular, they focus on what they've been through, or what they're ailing from, what they believe in their head, and then what they're going to carry out. And there's just these characters that are so wonderful. They're not generic. Like, they each have their own little quirk. And then there's one part where they end up in it's supposed to be just like a punk rock bar, but I don't know. It just looks like some random closed building that they used. Anyway. And the songs they sang were really catchy and crazy, but yeah, I highly recommend Alone in the Dark. I had a lot of fun with this one. So tonight, I think I'm going to start with Frailty. I've always heard good things about this, with Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton, and I believe he directed it, which he did, yes, from 2002. So that's first up tonight. I just finished up with Frailty. This one was creepy, sad. It's a horrifying story. It was good. It was really good. I recommend watching it if you haven't seen it. The acting was really done. It was really well done. You know, it's a relatively small cast, but even like the child actors, they had to get right because they played such an important part. And they did. They did a really good job. You know, and this movie is kind of right up my alley, where it involves religious themes. So it's like, are they crazy? Are they not crazy? What's going on? It's good. It's a good flick, but it's really sad. Anyway, next up is Oculus, another Mike Flanagan film. And I heard this one's really good, so we'll see. My goodness, these movies aren't very uplifting. Oculus, just finished up with this one. It was good. It was good. The end is so disorienting because you don't know what's real, what's not real, and it's flipping back and forth between the kids, so flashback and then present, and then flashback and present. So they did a really good job in disorienting the audience. And it's just a creepy thing to think that you're kind of trapped in an environment where you don't know really what's going on. So, and once again, and I think the younger redhead girl was in the Ouija Part 2 movie. So that's Mike Flanagan, you know, using some of the same actors in his movies. And you know, with the last one in Frailty, the kids, they had to be strong actors to pull it off. And same goes in this one. The kids had to be strong, and they were. Yeah, overall it was a good movie. I don't know if it's one I'd watch again, but so the next one is The Changeling. This will be the last one for the night. So The Changeling, George C. Scott, 1980. All right, let's give it a try. It's 2:30. You know, I forgot to mention, I turned the lights off and stuff, but I forgot to mention with Oculus, I felt really bad for the brother. So the young boy in the film, the brother, he is in a mental institution dealing with the crap that happened. He turns 21, and well, that didn't have to do with it, but mentally he had kind of gone through all of his therapy, and he worked his way through you know, what happened in the house when he was younger. And the doctor's like, all right, yeah, he's good to go. He's 21. The kid has his whole life ahead of him. And the sister immediately just pulls him back into that world. And, spoiler, he ends up in jail. And he's probably going to go back to a mental institution / jail. I feel really bad for him. That's horrible. That kid was ready to go on with his life. The sister's like, nope. He had like one day to himself, and the sister's like, come on, we're going back in that house with the damn mirror. Stupid. I mean, it was good. It was an entertaining movie, but I feel really bad for that character. All right. I started The Changeling. All done with The Changeling. And boy, this is like the quintessential spooky film. Poor George C. Scott in this movie. His wife and his daughter get killed. The guy's grieving, moves to Washington, moves into a historical society house that's haunted. Then he basically has to like solve that murder so the ghost doesn't haunt him anymore in the historical society mansion. This poor guy, he's not even done grieving. But it was spooky. I mean, it has some of like the wheelchair, and then is the ball in here? The red and white ball. Those are like classic things that, you know, that I've seen over the years. So even though I hadn't seen the movie, I knew about the wheelchair and then the ball that bounces that comes back. It's a good movie. Great locations. But it's sad. It's another sad movie. Poor George C. Scott. Hopefully he can find some peace now. And his mansion burned down. Maybe he'll just find a nice little apartment somewhere. Who knows? I'm a little tired. No more movies tonight. I'll continue tomorrow with the last 3 films. And then we'll wrap up our 24-hour spooky movie marathon. All the dogs are asleep in the house. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. It is the final day of the spooky movie marathon. All ready for the last 3 movies of the night. First up is Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon from 1999. I know nothing about this one. I've never seen it, so looking forward to it. And then, you know, we have 2 more after that, and then we're all done. I can't believe it. Earlier today, went and had some lunch with the younger one. I'll include some footage here. Also went over to Walmart, took a little bit of footage there. So it was a good time. So let's get started with Stir of Echoes. All done with Stir of Echoes, and I had no idea that this was based on a Richard Matheson story, book, novel. It was good. It was okay. It was kind of middle of the road for me. It's kind of Sixth Sense-y. It's kind of Shining-ish, sort of, as far as the abilities. So it's Kevin Bacon, his wife, and his young son. The young son has an ability to see the dead, speak with the dead. And Kevin Bacon gets that ability. I won't say how, you know, even though it's from 99, I won't spoil it. And he kind of solves this mystery. And it's a spooky story, but it's okay. It's okay. It's a little predictable, but, you know, it's a good watch. So that was Stir of Echoes. So next up is Crimson Peak. Never seen this one, the Guillermo del Toro movie. And this is the Arrow release. And I don't think, I may have started this movie years ago, but I just never went back to it. But yeah, I'm eager to watch this one. It's almost 2 hours. So let's get started with Crimson Peak. I keep wanting to call it Crimson Tide, but obviously it's not. By the way, did you guys know Gene Hackman is still alive? God bless that man. Well, I don't know how old he is. He's got to be close to 90, if not 90 something. I'm going to put up here somewhere how old Gene Hackman is, because that guy is still around. Good for him. That's another movie that has a huge cast. Like, if you haven't seen Crimson Tide lately, that's a huge cast. All right, on to Crimson Peak. My goodness, what a film. I can't believe that I never watched Crimson Peak before all the way through. It's very good. It's very good. I mean, you know, there's a couple things going on. There's a couple love stories going on. You've got spooky ghosts in there. But, you know, the real kind of star of the film is the cinematography, the set design, the color of the film. I mean, it's just so, you know, you go from kind of the richness of the colors in the beginning of the film, and then it kind of gets bleak towards the end, and then you throw in things in the snow. I won't spoil anything. It's just beautiful. My gosh, if anything else, just watch it for all of that. And then on top of it, you know, it's a good spooky story, and then it's a love story. So you kind of got everything in there. The cast is good. Tom Hiddleston, Jessica Chastain, the young lady that's from the Alice in Wonderland movies. I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. Yeah, I mean, and there's a ton of stuff on this Arrow release to go over, but yeah, very happy I gave that one a watch. Guillermo del Toro just does not disappoint when it comes to film, and when it comes to the look of a film and the vibe of a film. Very good movie. The last film for the 24-hour spooky movie marathon is one that I did see, but I don't remember much about it, and that is Paranorman. This is the new release, the Leica film from Shout Factory. And I enjoyed this one quite a bit when I saw it the first time, but you know, gonna give it another watch and kind of end on a high note, you know, with a nice light animated stop motion film. All right, so let's get to Paranorman. Just finished up with Paranorman. It's about 2:15 in the morning, and you know what? It's a cute family, spooky Halloween time film. I really do recommend giving that one a watch. And you know, anyone who does stop motion, my goodness, you know, Leica, that's just kind of what they do. Coraline, Paranorman, Box Trolls, Kubo, and then there was like the, excuse me, there was the Sasquatch one. They're all very good. I can't even imagine the time that goes into making one of these films. But yeah, it's a cute story. Norman can see the dead and he can talk to them, and he's very comfortable with it. But you know, overall, I think one of the main themes is people are scared of things that they don't understand. But you know, Norman, he gets together with a couple of his, well, one of his buddies, and then some other people join him, and they have to do something to save the town. But it's a cute film. So that's it. That's the end of the spooky movie marathon. Loads of fun. It was just kind of a last minute idea. So you know what? Who knows? Next year we'll see what comes of it. Maybe we'll do another one, different theme. But if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching the whole thing. Sometimes it's just a bunch of nonsense, but we have fun with it. You know, I can't believe Halloween is only a couple weeks away, and then we've got Thanksgiving coming up right after that. It's what, like 43 days away, and then Christmas, and it's just my favorite time of year. I love it. So thanks again for watching. Hope everyone is doing well, and I will catch you next time.